I'm going to say this, and people, they're going to be offended, right? But I look at TV, and I see now that this high-ranking reverend, pastor, preacher, whatever y'all call him, at one time I even was sending money, following him, thought he was the light. And maybe back then, no, he still had demons. They just wasn't revealed yet. He still had them. He still knew that he had some unresolved things in his spirit and in his world that he knew he should have dealt with. But he thought that money, which most of them do, think that, money is a thing. And one day, we say thank you for the abundance of things. But we can't forget, all money ain't good money. So I'm looking at this high-ranking preacher, reverend, whatever. Now he done stepped down. He still haven't admitted guilt yet, right? But there's such an uproar with him giving the word now that it's been revealed that he may have participated in behaviors that are unbecoming of someone who has a leadership position. Someone who's responsible for being honest, upright, have some integrity, giving the word of the Most High. I come and tell you God gave him a word, but God didn't tell you about that shit you hiding, that you ain't let out yet. I wonder how many sermons, probably all of them, he gave knowing that there was something he needed to really be coming to terms with about his sexuality, right? And there's nothing wrong with choosing a side. But there is something wrong when you stand up in front of the world and present yourself in a way that is fraudulent. And when the truth comes out, you don't even trust the Most High enough still to be honest. So the demon, it doesn't look like a scary monster. A lot of times, it may be dressed all in their Sunday best. It may be the person that's head of the church. It may be their wife. It may be some members in the congregation. Maybe even in the choir that say one thing out their mouth. But behind those closed doors, those demons, they stink. And if you knew about those demons, you would understand that your spiritual ranking, which means you haven't broke none of the commandments. You try to live your life in an upright position. The man behind the pulpit, he may be done broke every spiritual law and maybe did something last night. And you are higher ranked spiritually than he is. He never repented for the last sin he participated in. But he came and told you God got a word for you. God didn't have a word for you. God didn't say nothing to you about your behaviors. God ain't checked you yet about your behaviors. And you got your ass up in the pulpit and you said what to who? About what? And you wonder why the decay. Sound like it's a money game, which pissed what? My brother Jesus off. Did it not? Playing games with who? His father. Right? His father. That's who y'all playing games with, right? Right? Then you need 10% every fucking week. Right? Where's all that money going? And ain't it the poor people that got most of y'all with them 10%? So you need 10% for what? For the entertainment? Or to get closer to the Most High? Right? You need it for the building fund? Your anniversary? Your wife's birthday coming up? Your birthday coming up? What you need it for? You want an airplane or something? What you want? Huh? What you want? Because it seems like if you living like that, everybody in your congregation should be living like that. Right? Because you're responsible for all those souls that you take that 10% from. Right? Gotta be careful these days. Gotta be careful these days, y'all. And understand, the Most High, he free. All you gotta do is call on him. And that's the relationship that's most important, the one that you have with your higher source, right? And if you're going to follow any type of organized religion and you're going to buy into that coven and they say that the 10 Commandments, you need to keep those. You need to do everything that you said that you would do for your God. Other than that, you'll be in like sin, right? Which means you could die and everything around you could die, right? So it's very important what you say you're going to agree to. That's why it's important also, like I had to do, break all agreements, contracts, known and unknown, that I may have signed up for, that I didn't know that I signed up for. I'm not with organized religion, none of that stuff. I break all those contracts. And anybody who wish me harm, I break that contract too, right? If you wish me harm, I break all contracts, known and unknown. You don't even got to worry about it, right? Y'all be careful out there. I'm not sure where I started, but this is where we at, right? Be mindful, y'all. Got a lot of people out there saying a whole lot of stuff, ain't standing by none of it. I told y'all, I met a couple of reverends, preachers, pastors. One of them, shit, if I would have laid down with him, he would have happily laid down with me, and he was married, right? Another one got drunk and smoked crack. Be on Sunday in the pulpit telling you what God told him. He ain't got no relationship with God. God don't know him. Right? Gotta be careful. And they say, you need faith of a mustard seed. So if I need faith of a mustard seed, don't you also? So wouldn't you have faith that the Most High, the God that you serve and that you want us to serve and get so excited about, you don't think he would provide for you in the church, in the building fund and all those things? Your anniversary for your wife, your kids' college, your God won't provide that for you. You need to take it from poor people who just wishing for Jesus to show up. Right? Not understanding he's already here. Been here, right? And that the Most High, he free. And the only thing they paying for is for entertainment and to start to think and believe like you, right? Gotta be careful with that. Don't be telling me that God gave you a word for me if it ain't no good word. Because I'll be thinking you lying to me. Also, if you tell me that God got a word for me, make sure you tell me what he said verbatim. Don't you dare get jealous and envious and leave some shit out.